Petikkan ya nanti.
Yeah. D. D. Huh? I could have created that money legally if I did not have my 5 million deposited into my account. So now, this person now banks with Bank B. So 50 million gets paid over to him in terms of a loan. And because Bank B also can create up to 10 times the money that they are holding, now they can create loans up to 500. That's just basically because they had that money deposited into their account. So let's say now the property developer decides, you know what, I'm going to get a project manager. And they're going to send all of the funds to the project manager because the project manager will be seeing to everything. And they send 50 million to the project manager. And this project manager banks with Bank C. So as a result, because 50 million is being deposited into his account, now his bank can also create loans up to 500 million. And the cycle goes on and on and on. Now you may ask yourself the question, how long can this system actually sustain itself? And a simple answer to this is not much longer. You would hear many old people say, you know what, when I was young, I had money. And the reason for that is because money is always being devalued because of fractional reserve banking. When I was younger, my mother would earn 320 rand per week. So on Fridays, she would give me 80 rand to go and do some grocery shopping for us and my 3 siblings. Now, if we do the maths, it's clear that that won't be possible again today. I mean, just lunch for me and my video team would cost more than 120 rand even. Now let's look at another scenario. Suppose you go to the supermarket with 1,000 rand and you decide, you know what, I'm going to make a list of the things that I can buy. But let's say you are smart and you decide, I'm not going to buy these stuff. I'm going to invest this funds with my beloved bank. And your bank gives you 5% for the year. And now next year you come back with 1,050 rands. And you go back to the supermarket. Do you think that you'll be able to buy all of those things on that list? Absolutely no. Now, my question to you today is, why do you still hold money in the bank? Now, obviously, I don't mean that you need to go and spend all of it, but have you wondered why do rich people never have money to borrow you when you ask for a loan? It's because rich people understand that money is always being devaluated. So as a result, they invest their money into something that gives them returns 5 to 10 times more than what the bank would do. And that is exactly what NMS is about. Now, not so long ago, I was fortunate to invest 500K into a certain ecosystem, and that opened doors to me that I never knew existed. You see, it's something like Shark Tank. So entrepreneurs would come to us and they would pitch us their business idea. And if it is actually something of worth, we would then come up with the seed money and then they would launch the business. But we are able then now to get shares or NFTs or coins, we would get very cheap. And before the public knows about it, when it launches in the public and they become excited about it, then obviously the value goes up because then they are also interested in it. Now, in order for you to operate in a global scale, you would maybe say, you know what, I'm not going to create the traditional shares, but I'm going to create a collection of NFTs, or I'm going to create a token. So we would then get a token very cheap, let's say for 0.1. And by the time when we in the group share it with other influencers and celebrities, and they, for instance, get it for 0.05 cents, then they are happy. And once it launches in the public, and the public are then able to get it for 0.01 cent, so which means they get it for 10 times more than what we get it for, and they are happy because they bought it on the first day. And that is the time when we have actually 10x our seed money. And that is exactly what NMS does. And because not everyone has 500K to get into these doors, when you become a member of NFT Millennial Secret, you also get allocation into some of these projects. Now, I don't mean to say that you need to go and take all of your hands or your dollars and convert it into coins or tokens, but I'm just making it clear to you the fact that currency is always being devaluated. So what entrepreneurs do is they rather invest their currency into something that basically grows fast, because at the end of the day, if you have a certain amount of shares, nobody can create more, like the traditional way of national reserve banking. So now, as more people want it, the value of it goes up, and that is why Elon Musk is basically the richest person in the world. That is because he came with a concept, and as more the idea of us buying a car that drives without petrol. So now the industry is growing, and Tesla shares keeps going up. SpaceX shares keeps going up, and as a result, his wealth grows. In fact, it is recorded that Elon Musk made $96 billion in the last 30 days because of these shares going up. And that is how entrepreneurs and smart people are making sure that they don't hold currency that is being given.
Hi, everyone. Good evening. If you guys can hear me, please put a 1 in the comments. If you guys can hear me, put a 1 in the comments. Let's get started. If you guys can hear me, put a 1 in the comments. Okay, ones are flowing in, ones are flowing in. Fantastic. I would like to know where people are actually calling in from. So if you please share with us where you are calling in from. I see Johannesburg is here. Let's see who's still here. Let's check the chats. Durban is here. Bloemfontein is here. Port Elizabeth as well. Mpumalanga. Fantastic. Swaziland is here. Welcome is here. And Tata as well. Let me check that. Fantastic. KZN is here. Port Shepstone. Wow. Fantastic stuff. Guys, if you are here for the first time, I've just made a decision. You know what? I'm going to do 2 giveaways. If you are here for the first time, put a 2 in the comments. If you haven't been on this training as yet, put for us a 2 in the comment. I see Kurman is also here. If you are here for the first time, Utam is here for the first time. Let's see, Cindy is here for the first time as well. Some people are most probably trying to find where the chat is. Fantastic stuff, fantastic stuff. I see that there are 3 here already that can find the chat, but let's get started. I'm sure that many others are here also for the first time. Let's get started. And guys, I first want to congratulate you guys for being here, because you are investing your time to and you could have done anything else. But I see that I want to first congratulate you for being here, and I'm going to do my best to make it worth your time. So Joshua also says that he's here for the first time. So friends, we have done this free training already, and the members training, we are actually doing a members training tomorrow. However, if you are already a member, that is training that will happen tomorrow. However, this is the free training that we will be doing, and we will be sharing the basics on how one can actually get started. So let's get straight into that. So first of all, let me try and share my screen. Guys, I have a short video that I want to play for you that actually explains who we are and what we are about. And that oftentimes that actually saves us time. So I don't have to explain that once again. So allow me to share my screen and play that. And then let's go.
Hi, and welcome. Lucian Gosha here, founder and author of NFT Millionaire Secret. About 7 years ago, I stumbled upon Bitcoin, and at the time, Bitcoin was only $450. So back then, I was working as a courier driver during the course of the week and an Uber driver on weekends. Many days I would work for 16 hours per day, and because I'm married and I've got kids, this wasn't sustainable. Fortunately, I was able to walk away from my full-time job within a matter of 2 years. And since then, I've been able to help many others to also do the same. Since 2017, the industry has grown tremendously. However, many has missed Bitcoin in its early days. And I'm here today to make sure that that doesn't happen again. And I also have another surprise. I didn't know that Carlo is going to be here. So since he is here, he is the first person to have made over $1 million through our program. So can we give him 2 minutes just to share his testimony? Can you hear that?
Guys, so I'm Carlo Buchner. Actually, I'm the father of driving English. So I've joined the NMS, was it 2 years ago? Yes. Yeah, 2 years ago. In that short time, I've generated 1.8 million alone in NFTs, literally. And the thing is just getting in the right time of the market. And that is exactly what has happened. And that's what I actually want to go tell you right now. It is the right time in the market. I mean, I've been in crypto for a little bit more than 5 years. I've also done crypto. I've got a lot of things that I've also run on the side. But then I started wanting to learn more about NFTs. And well, yeah, Sean is definitely the person to do that. So I worked in America for 4 years. And I decided to then join Sean on that. And guys, I made more money in with his program than I made in America. And I don't know if you guys know what the guys earn in America. I'm talking about like 90, 100K a month. So that's what I was able to generate over there. So that's what I'm saying. It's definitely the right time to get into the market. It's definitely the right time to learn about the market because there's major adoption out there regarding NFTs, regarding the cryptocurrency world. Like, I don't know if you guys probably have seen, you can already buy crypto in Pick and Pay. You can use your crypto to buy in Pick and Pay. That's all going to start major adopting, and we are early. I'm really telling you, we are really early in the market. And if you really want to start learning, well, this is your guy. So please, it's definitely possible with this program. 1.8 million, like I said, in one market, one cycle. And the next cycle is not far away, let me tell you. So, yeah, I hope this is inspiring and definitely.
Okay, and that was basically when we were doing the live training, when Carlo was at the training, so he was so kind to actually be sharing his testimonial. So once again, Carlo, if you're here, thank you so much for actually sharing with others what your experience is or has been. Now, I've played the video so you can get an understanding what NMS is about, but just in short, NMS basically standing for NFT Millennial Secret, and our team consists of Shanique Godfrey, who's one of our co-founders, Mr. Helen Levac, who's head of support, and then also Ilana Phyllis, who's responsible for our administration, etc. Shaniqua Mahaman, who's doing marketing, IT, and everything media related. Now, my name is Lucian Godfrey, for those of you who are here for the first time, and we started NMS. The launch date was in 2021. However, I've been on this journey since 2016. Like I've shared on the video, when I was working as an Uber driver and a courier driver. Uber driver on weekends, and during the week I would drive a courier, was working 16 hours per day, and I was looking for a way out. So this business basically started off a bit selfish because I wanted a way out for myself. But once I've basically figured that out, 2017, I resigned from my job for the last time. And since then, I've been teaching people how to actually safely get into this industry. So that is where we are today. So in the book that I've launched in December, 6 months ago, I explain how I went from courier driver and Uber driver to where I am today. So tonight's training is basically there to teach you the basics. And we envision a world where each and every person actually acquire a high income skill, which leads to financial time and location freedom. Now, friends, everyone who came to this training here tonight, I'm sure that each and every person, if I were to ask you who wants to be successful, everyone would say, that is definitely on my list. And even though all of us want success, success means something different to each and every person here. So for some, it would be making an extra 10K per month. To another, it would be making $1,000 per month. To another, it would have nothing to do with money. So, but our main goal on this call here tonight is to teach you a skill that will put you in a position to generate between $1,000 and $10,000 on a monthly basis. But however, I always say, you know what, instead of looking at it, wanting to generate that on a monthly basis, I rather look at it to generate it over a year, and then you divide it into 12, or over 2 years, then you divide it into 24, so you can actually have a better strategy that you actually use instead of wanting to achieve that like fixed on a monthly basis. So the agenda for tonight, we're going to speak about mindset, what NFTs are, what private sales are, and how they work. And I'm going to share the strategy that is responsible for all of the testimonials that you see on our website. The one that you've just seen of Carlo making close to 2 million in his first year. Then we're going to do two bonus giveaways. We are close to actually giving away the iPad. I'm just going to see on the numbers whether we are there as yet. I know that we have 5 sales, 10 sales actually already. So we need to get to 15. And once we're on 15, then we do the draw, then we give away an iPad as well. But let's see how things goes tonight. So guys, I was fortunate to invest close to $500,000 into an ecosystem. And as a result, I was added to a Whales group. Whales are obviously those who are sitting with a lot of cryptocurrency or a lot of NFTs. So when I got into this group, I realized that, you know what, everyone here, they more or less think the same. And that is when I concluded that success is actually a mindset, because when you have a success mindset, then you will do certain things that will put you basically on the right place in order to achieve a success. So I believe that successful people, they take action and they take it fast. They are patient when it comes to profit. I've seen a video by Robert Kiyosaki, author of Rich Dad Poor Dad, where he speaks and he says, you know what, I don't mind working 5 years without a paycheck, as long as I know I'm building this business. And at the end of the day, this will actually bring me millions, even if it's only after 5 years. Now, I'm not saying that you need to be willing to wait for 5 years, but many of the projects that we get into, sometimes it takes months, sometimes it takes more than a year, but at the end of the day, it is worth it. You have seen the testimonials, and you will see others as we go along here tonight as well. Now, it's important that you also need to modify your time frames. Two of the most anticipated private sales that we got into is actually only launching now in August and in September, but we had to wait a long time. So we've been investing into them and we had to wait for them. But fortunately, the launches are here. It's weeks away. So we are excited. I hope that you guys are excited as well. And you still have time to actually get into these. So you also need to be realistic in your time frames. Realistic in your expectations, because at the end of the day, a solid goal would be to take, let's say, 10K to 100K over 18 months. But if you want to take 1,000 to 1,000,000 within 6 months, that's obviously not realistic. So at the end of the day, it's important to put realistic goals so you can actually so they can actually be possible and not fail from the get-go. Now, the author of Rich Dad Poor Dad also says that everyone can be divided into these 4 quadrants in terms of how they are generating their income, how they are making money. It's either the employee, they're self-employed, they're a big business owner, or they are investors. Now, what is shocking to me is that the employees and the self-employed people, they make out close to 95% of the world's population. So 95% of people are actually either employed or they are self-employed. Now, I found myself, those of you who read my book, I found myself as an employee, and I realized, you know what, my income is limited because I can only work so much time, and I got paid for how much, for the hours that I actually worked. And then I became a bit smarter. Then I became self-employed, but I also soon realized, you know what, I only make money when I am actually working in my business. So even though I was my own boss, my income was still limited by time, because when I did not work, I would not make money. But now I always wanted to be on the other side of the quadrant, a business owner or an investor, because then I know that my income is not limited by time, and that is exactly what NMS does. We find the best entrepreneurs globally. Some we find even locally, even some getting started, but the biggest percentage of our investments is basically finding the best entrepreneurs globally and then investing into them early, and from that we then generate an income. So this is exactly what the guy in the I quadrant does. Investors, they find smart people and they invest into their businesses. And as a result, then they have time, location, freedom. And that obviously leads to financial freedom. So big business owners are the guys who build systems that generates them money, such as the founder of Ackerman of Ackerman's, the founder of Pick and Pay, the founder of all of the big companies that you know. So they have built a system. Likewise, I've also built a system that generates me income. So as a result, even when I'm not working, I am also generating income. So if your goal is to actually get on the other side, and then you are at the high place tonight, but if you are not, if you want to stay as an employee and self-employed, it's fine being an employee and being an investor, or self-employed and an investor. But if you are not interested in becoming a business owner or being an investor, then this call here is not for you, because that is exactly what we are actually doing. So we said that on this side of the quadrant, we've got close to 95% of people that are actually employees and self-employed, and we only 5% of people are business owners and investors. But what is shocking is to know that these guys are sitting with even more than 95% of the money. Even though they are a small amount of people, it is argued that they're sitting with 97% of the world's money. Now, to me, that's a bit unfair, because at the end of the day, you have a small percentage of people that is sitting with all of the world's money, whilst we're having so much money problems. Now, the US dollar has lost close to it's almost lost all of its value. So it is argued that the US dollar has lost like 97% of its value. So back when, in the exception of the US dollar, when it started, let's say you could have bought 100 loaves of bread. Currently, you can only buy 3. That is how much buying power it has lost. And therefore, you can also look back and look back at what things cost a few years ago. A few years ago, a bottle of oil was, I can still remember when I was responsible for doing the shopping, a 750 oil was under two rand, and then the 3 liter, the 2 liter was 2.99. I can remember when it was 3.49 cents, etc. It's a big shock to actually learn now that, you know what, these products are costing more than 10 times that. 2 liter oil was close to 100 rand in lockdown. And I most probably also now I'm not keeping up to date with that, but at the end of the day, we see how money is losing value. Now, what does that have to do with NFTs? NFTs and crypto is basically a way how you can actually grow your money faster than what it actually loses value. That is where it comes in. So what does NFT stand for? NFT stands for non-fungible tokens, and all that means is it is not interchangeable. So each of them have a unique, like any other product. So let's say we both have 2 iPhones, even though they look the same, even though they were made this, it's the same model, it's the same year, it's the same everything, but each of them have a unique IME number. So that IME number represents ownership of it. Likewise, each car has a different number plate because it represents ownership. So that is what non-fungible basically means. Now, NFTs, they can represent digital ownership of a real life product. Each of them are unique, even though, let's say you have a collection of 10,000 NFTs or 5,000 NFTs, but each of them is still unique because, like I say, they have a unique, like a serial code, basically. So because they are limited, they tend to increase in value over time, depending if they have the TRD method implemented in their business strategy. Now, I'm going to share with you the TRD method, and that is exactly what was responsible or what is still currently responsible for us getting these results. The nice thing about NFTs is the fact that they are more programmable than stocks or tokens, and I will make that clear. So back in 2003, Elon Musk had an idea. He basically wanted to do the unthinkable and bring out a car that dies without petrol. So obviously that not a lot of people believe that it would actually be possible. But if we look now at the industry now, there's so much competition currently because he showed it could be done, and then others also followed along. However, when he basically I won't say started Tesla because he acquired Tesla actually. So he didn't start Tesla, but that's not the point. But when he acquired Tesla in 2003, the shares was very low. And he's doing the same thing currently with Twitter. If you didn't notice that Twitter is going to change to X, then you maybe want to take a look at it and see why and what is actually happening there. So, but let's stick to Tesla. So what he did was he acquired Tesla, and the price, the stock price, it was actually stagnant. It wasn't worth a lot. Likewise, when he acquired Twitter, he made a offer to it for 44 billion, and the price of the Twitter shares has not moved up much. But now that we see that he's rebranding Twitter into X, and he promises that Twitter will actually do way more than just be a social media platform where they will also be able to transact on it, etc. So now more and more people are actually interested in Twitter. And what does that do? It pushes the price up. But like I said, let's stay with Tesla and the example, so it can be clear for those of you who are not familiar with what pushes a token or an NFT price up. So when he launched the first Tesla car, obviously the price went up because more and more people wanted to buy this Tesla shares because they knew that, you know what, I'm going to earn dividends every quarter or every 6 months based on their sales. And obviously, as they grew in the roadmap, they brought us the Roadster. When you made that promise in 2022, we saw that the Tesla stocks shot up once again. And that is why he's the richest person, because of the more and more people wanting the stock or the shares. And then as a result, it increases in value. Now, guys, I don't know whether you guys read about the semi tag that is actually coming out. I just read an article during the weekend, and I saw that, you know what, they are already operational. So Tesla is obviously bringing out the semi tag, which drives 500 miles on one charge. So that is basically driving from the Eastern Cape, Port Elizabeth, to Johannesburg on one charge. So just imagine how that will change business forever. So that is why people will forever be buying Tesla cars, because at the end of the day, it saves so much on fuel. But that is not our focus. Our focus is the value of the shares of the company. It goes up because more and more and more people are interested in buying it. First, it was just your moms and pops who wants a car driving without petrol. And then obviously it was your guys who wants a sport car, then they are also buying. And now we see that logistic companies with big trucks, etc., they also want Tesla because now it serves their need, because now they are bringing out these trucks. So if it is clear to you why the value of the company shares goes up, please put a 3 in the comments. Put a 3 in the comments if it's clear, because then you will definitely understand what pushes up a token and or an NFT price. Let's see, are there more 3s coming in? Okay, I think that is the simplest way on how I can explain basically supply and demand. So the more demand there is, the more the product gains value in the market. Fantastic, let's proceed. So Elon Musk understood that, you know what, when I implement this TRD method into my business, there's no way I can fail. Therefore, he did it with Tesla. He's doing it currently with Twitter, which is actually rebranding to X. And that is the exact strategy that we are also implementing. And that is why you see the testimonials that we got. We may not be having that testimonials on a daily basis, but we have it regularly. Regularly, we have people actually making life-changing income. So, like for instance, Olutle was on a call like this last December, and she made a decision, you know, and then in the first month, she made $5,000, which is 100,000 rands within the first month. She invested into one of the private sales, and then she made 100K in the first month. The next month, she made another 100K, 100,000 rands, which is another $5,000. So in total, in 2 months, she made $10,000, which is equal to 200,000 rand. So she got in, was able to generate that income without having to make sales. Né? It was only in the third month, then she started doing sales. And then obviously when you do sales, then you generate more commissions, but that is not the primarily focus of the business. It's not the core of the business. So Colin got into V2 and he was able to generate $20,000 in his first month as well. I thought it was 10K, and then he reminded me, you know what, Lucian, it's actually 20K. So he was able to make 400,000 rands within his first month. But remember, Olutle started with 100,000 rand. Likewise, Colin, he must have been trading with close to 100,000 rand. So if you're looking to start off, but you're looking to start off with 1,000 rand, for instance, don't expect to get results like that because obviously you're starting with a smaller capital. But do not despise small beginnings, because in 2016, in February, when I was still an Uber driver and a courier driver, I also started with 1,000 rand. It took me time to get to where I am today. And yeah, so don't compare your day 1 with another person's day 7, for instance. This is also one of our members who was able to actually profit like 200K within 1 day, but the market went up close to 10%. In fact, over 10% it went up. But if your portfolio is big, suppose your portfolio is, let's say, 2 million. If the market goes up by 12%, then you've already made 240,000 rand in that 1 day. And we see that last, was it 2 weeks ago when the market went up 25%. So that is what basically days when those with big portfolios, such as the NMS company. So that is why we shared in there, just by the market going up 15%, that the company made close to, I think it was 750K, but then the market proceeded to still continue to go up. But enough about that. Three of the most common misconceptions that people believe is that they need to give their hard-earned money to strangers. Now, guys, so many people have fallen prey to actually giving money to strangers. Guys, that's a misconception. You don't need to give your you don't need to give your hard-earned money to strangers. All you need to do is to learn what we are sharing on this call, and then you will be able to actually do this by yourself. I see that Barbosa support Barbosa just want to get our numbers, if you can give it there. For those of you, I know that due to load shedding, some of you are coming in and out, etc., but you can get in touch with us at 072 830 9089. Okay, so that is basically where you can get in touch with us. But let's proceed. So another misconception that people actually have is to think that you need to trade all day when you get into this industry. Guys, I have many clients who are part of NMS. They get into or they check their portfolios only once every 6 months. Some only once a year. Some do once a month. There are obviously those who are checking it 10 times a day. In the beginning, I also used to check it 10 times a day, but obviously that is not investing, because at the end of the day, you can always, when it comes to investing, then it obviously takes time. Instead, yes, we also do day trading. So we do serve that need as well. And soon we will be adding even more to our day trading arsenal, because we are bringing some exciting content to our V2 members, which goes along trading Forex. So another misconception that people have is that they need to invest big. Guys, you don't need to invest big. You can start off small. I have people that started small. Even I started small. The person who made that 234,000 in one day, that person also started small. So everyone starts at zero. So it will take time for you to obviously get to your goal. But I mean, we all go through that process. So what does the TRD method stand for? The T stands for team. So it's important that for any business, guys, if you forget everything that we share here today, do not forget this. Every NFT project, every token, or every share or stock, it represents ownership of a certain business. If an NFT if you only buy it because of the art, then chances are that you may be actually buying something that you won't be able to sell. Or if you're buying a token just because everyone likes it and it's at the time everyone's speaking about it, and there's no real business behind it, chances are that you are going to lose your money. So that is how we teach, exactly how we research good projects that will actually bring results. So it's important that you research the team and make sure that they are trustworthy, they are transparent, and they have a good track record. Make sure that they do have the resources, they do have the money, and the skill to deliver the product that they promise to. Most people start off with projects, and then they collect people's money, and then they say they're gonna bring out this product, and then they don't bring out the product, or they run out of money, or they see it's too difficult to actually bring out that product. So at the end of the day, it's important that you do the research and you do it right. That is why I'm so bullish on Cardano, because if you find out, if you do enough research, you would see that they have a treasury. So anyone who wants to bring solutions to the Cardano blockchain, there is a treasury. People can vote and they can get money and they can bring that to life. They have the skill. The founder is transparent, is trustworthy. He does live calls frequently, so he's always in touch. And guys, the blockchain, there will always be demand. Likewise, when it comes to Tesla cars, there will always be demand. They have the resources, and they basically are transparent, so we know exactly what they are about. Every big business, that is what they do, that is what they implement. So all the big business owners implement this. And likewise, these group of whales that I am part of. So we as a group of whales, so let me quickly explain what's going on there. So let me just new share whiteboard. So for us to actually get into that group, we had to fork out $25,000. So that's like 500,000 rand, eh? But when we are in this group, we are about 100 and I think 106 or 109 gentlemen, guys and ladies, obviously. But I'm the only African that is in this group. So what for you to get in there, you had to put down 500K. And as a result, then you get access to what's going on in the group. But this group, we have entrepreneurs coming with ideas and they want to launch their businesses. So then we look at their business, and if we see that, you know what, this is a good idea, we would give them money to start it, or we would help them promote it, or we will give them developers that can build what they want to, and as a result, we can buy their shares for cheap. So when we buy it cheap, and then I remember there are influences in here. If we invest into your business, it will go out to the world. Within one day, it will be global. So when others are able to buy in, they buy in a bit more expensive. And that is where we are obviously generating our income. So let's once again share the slides so you can follow there. Okay, so that is what we call private sales. The public doesn't know about this. So what happens is they come with a business idea. We have a private sale. Let's say we buy the tokens or the NFTs. We buy it for 0.003 cent. And now we go out, we get some influencers to invest into the same project, but they buy in a bit higher. Let's say they buy for 0.005. So when it launches on the decentralized exchange such as PancakeSwap, Uniswap, and MintSwap, and it launches on 0.03, you can just see that we who invested first, we are up 10x. That is 10 times our money. So the people that are buying on launch day, they think that they are buying early and they are first, not knowing that there was a private sale or a pre-sale. So when the company reaches its milestones and more people buy in, then the price would generally go up. And then obviously majority of people don't even know how to use a decentralized exchange like MintSwap, PancakeSwap, and Uniswap. So they would only buy when it gets to Binance or Luno, etc. So what happens is they buy on an exchange and they think that they are early and they think that is day one for them. But in the meantime, let's say they're buying it at 0.03. In the meantime, those of us who invested first are up 100x. So you can see how things go. So when people are buying on first day on exchanges, just know that there are those of us who invested into a pre or private sale, but they that are buying on the exchange are actually buying 2 years later. And that is how we generate our income. So if you want access to this, please put a 4 in the comments. If you want to get access to pre-sales and private sales, put the 4 in the comments. Let's see. Currently, we have 2 of the most anticipated projects to launch. So most definitely, this is exactly what has put us in a position to get this results. Mainly, it would be the pre-sales. Awesome stuff. So at this point of time, just make a note. I don't know whether support is here. Support is making a note of who's saying yes, but they will share their details there. So but I will be sharing how you can actually get your hands on this, but you can also contact support at the number that I will be putting in the chat right now. Let me just put that and then proceed. So you can WhatsApp that number and then they will be able to help you. You can also call, obviously. So but I'll be sharing the details later once again. So you can sell at any time, but just by example, if you invested 1,000 and in the pre-sale and you held it up until it launches on an exchange, you can just see what or where it goes to. So guys, I've told you about my book that I wrote. You can get your hands on it, the free copy of it, at nftmillionaireseeker.com/free. And then in there, I share my story, and then you basically get the first 3 chapters. So obviously, no one wants to only read the first 3 chapters, but it will give you an idea of what we're doing. And when you decide, you know what, I want to be part of this, I want to learn how to do this myself, and then you can get the full book at nftmillionaireseeker.com without the /free. So then you will be able to get the audiobook and the ebook. You'll get free training. You'll also stand a chance to win an iPad, as well as you'll also be able to generate commissions should you do the business side of it. So you'll get all of that value for 255, and it is on special. I'm sure that by the next time when we do the Zoom, the price would not be 255. I should have encased a long time ago, but yeah, I just had my hands busy with getting our mobile app launched. But yeah, so just in summary, that is basically the benefits that you get for buying the book: free bonus training, stand a chance to win an iPad, and 30% commissions. But then you'll also get 150 NMS tokens. And that you can get at nftmillionaireseeker.com. So remember, when you go to our website, or go back to the person who's invited you here. You can either go back to that person or go to our website and get the book. So you will put in your email address, you'll put in your name just after you've made the payment, put in your name, put in your email address, put in your cell phone number. Please also put your sponsor on there. Put your sponsor's name and surname on there so we can actually say thank you to your sponsor and give them a small token of appreciation. Now, that is once you have done that, you learn how to do this and how you can do it on your own. But let's say you want us to hold your hand. In fact, who of you here want us to hold your hand through this process? Because we do have a membership website where we show you exactly how to download these wallets, and we have a WhatsApp group where we share these private sales and the space sales, so you can actually get into them. So who wants to get access to that? If you want to get access to that, please do share a 5 in the comment if you want to get access to that. So if you want access to the WhatsApp group or to the membership website that shows you exactly on how to actually download the wallets, how to invest into them. We also share in there when we are buying, when we are selling, every step of the way. So we have close to 200 members in our WhatsApp group that are basically all over the world. So fantastic. So yeah. In there, you can ask questions. You have access to the entire NMS team. So the entire team that I actually introduced to you there earlier. In fact, there's another member that you guys already is already helping. I must just add it to the slides. But yes, let's proceed now. How do you get access to all of the WhatsApp groups, the private sales, etc.? When you become a member at NMS, you can become a member by getting V1. Now, V1 is basically the product whereby you are able to get access to the course, get access to some of the private sales, but you also get 4,000 rands worth of NMS tokens. Now, friends, the NMS token has the potential to do a 10x. So if you're getting 4,000 rands worth of NMS tokens, that has the potential to go to 40,000 rand. That is the potential of the NMS token at this point of time at the price level where it is. It could go higher. We are working day and night to actually make it go higher, but I don't want to be making promises beforehand. But like I say, like the big projects that is coming up that is launching, we've basically got 2 million invested into those, and NMS is also obviously making an income through different ways, and that pushes the price up. So just to mention once again the benefits, you get the step-by-step trading NFT trading course, as well as the beginner trading course. You also get access to pre and private sales, but you get 4,000 rands worth of NMS tokens as well. And you can get V1 for 10,000 rand. For 10,000 rand, you are able to get V1, and yeah, it's basically an annual subscription. So and you can decide, you know what, so every time if you were to renew your subscription, you would once again get 4,000 rands worth of NMS tokens, but you can basically decide whether you wish to do that. So that is what V1 is about. So how do you get your hands on V1? You can go to nftmillionairesecret.com/V1. So when you are a V1 member, you are able to invest up to 50,000 rand into different projects. Remember, these projects, they are limited. We can't have the entire world investing into private sales, because at the end of the day, who's going to buy in the open market? So this is very limited allocations and information, because the public doesn't even know that this exists. It is in this group that I realized that why the rich stay rich. Now, for those of you who have more than 50,000 rand to invest into different projects, guys, if you don't have more than 50, don't even look at V2, because you first want to grow your capital, basically. So if you have more than 50K, let's say you have 100,000 or you have 200,000 that you wish to invest into the private sales, what you want to do is you get yourself V2, because V2 includes all the benefits of V1. It also gives you capital trading, where you are able to learn how to trade derivatives, which is basically leverage trading. So you get access to all of the private sales, and you obviously get bigger allocations. So some private sales are quite limited, like the one that we add this month. So, sorry, this month, that is launching next month, and I only could make it available to V2 members. But for V1 members, we obviously have more than enough opportunity in there as well. But like I say, if you have a bit more money, then you want to get V2. But then you also get 8,000 rands worth of NMS tokens, which has the potential to go to 80,000 rand. And what do you pay for V2? You only pay 30,000 rand for V2. And how can you get your hands on it? At nftmillionairesecret.com/V2. Now, friends, there are those who cannot afford to get V1 or V2. Now, instead of having the payment plan, I decided, you know what, let's just create the beginner's course. The beginner's course, you have obviously a limited income access to myself, but your benefits are as follows. You have the membership website that shows you how to download the wallets, and how to buy and how to sell the tokens or the NFTs that we share with you in the group. Every second month, we also do a group call with you. Obviously, with the V1 and the V2 members, it is much more frequently, every other week. Then you also get access to a WhatsApp group as a beginner member, and you get limited access to pre-sales and private sales. You can get access to it, and invest up to 10,000 Rand into 5 different ones. So 2,000 Rand each one. So, but in total, it would be 10,000 Rand. Obviously, if you want to invest more, then you can afford V1. Yeah. So, yeah. So what do you get for the beginners course? You get the membership website. Every second month, we do a team call. You get access to the WhatsApp group, limited access to private sales and pay sales, but you also get 600 Rands worth of NMS tokens. So when it goes to does 10x, your 600 Rand is basically 6,000 Rand. So yes, you're not gonna get the reach of the opportunities in beginners, but it's a good start if you can't afford V1 as yet. So there you can see our contact number is right at the bottom, 072-830-9089. So you can get that for 3,500 Rand, the beginner's course. And you can get it at nftmillionaireseeker.com/beginners. Now, obviously, for those of you who are willing to do the business, guys, this is not compulsory, but if you are looking to generate an extra income, then you can do the business side of it. And there are different ranks that we have when it comes to doing the business side. So we have different products. So I'm just gonna make an example. If you were to then sell the V1 packages. So we do have the training that shows you how to actually do it, how to do it successfully. So even if you don't have experience, we do have a strategy for you to actually bring awareness. And all you have to do is to basically create awareness about the free book. So once you have 15 people who have bought V1, you have earned yourself over 15,000 Rand. So obviously you earn 1,500 Rand for every person that buys V1. But once you get to 10, you also get an iPad. And if you do it before the 13th of October, then you'll get an iPhone 14 Pro Max. So yeah, should you get to rank 2, which is making 25 sales of V1, then you've earned yourself 45,000 Rand, and you also qualify for the holiday within South Africa. So it's a weekend holiday for you and a +1. We pay for your accommodation. We give $200 towards your transportation. We also go on excursions, etc. But when you get to rank 3, I must just edit this. When you get to rank 3, you have earned yourself 180,000, and that is when you have 100 people that has bought V1. You have earned 180,000 in cash, but you also qualify for the international tab. We're going to Thailand. So every year in July, we would then go to Thailand, and those who qualify in the December before that, so the tab will be 7 days. We cover the flights, the accommodation, and your breakfast. Remember, by then you've earned 180,000 Rand, and Thailand's our currency is stronger than Thailand, so you will be able to buy lunch and pay for excursions that we do there. Now, when you get to rank 4, those seriously hard workers, by then you have 500 people that has joined the business through you. You have earned 980,000 Rand, and as a bonus, you are able to choose a car, a house, or take the cash to the value of 2 million Rand. So that is for the ranks. Now, guys, Amino is launching soon, so you still have time to invest into Amino, into the pre-sale. Amino has partnerships with an NFL team. They have partnerships with Amazon, with Binance NFT. They have partnerships with the biggest influencers. And we believe that Amino is actually going to do way better than even just what NMS has done and Poof has done. So Poof has given us a 20x since farm launch till now, and we believe that Amino will definitely outperform it, because I believe that Amino is 10 times, or if not even more, bigger than NMS. Yes, we are building. It's NMS is already a multi-million dollar business in terms of what we are holding and the potential, but Amino definitely has is much closer to $1 billion in terms of what they're doing. Yes, NMS is gonna get there one day, but it is a it's journey. Yeah, so it takes time to get there. So how can you get hold of us? You can go to info@luciangodfrey.com, or you can WhatsApp us at 072-830-9089. Now, before I do the giveaways, are there any questions that you guys wish to ask? Are there any questions? Any questions before we do the giveaways? Okay, I forgot that you guys are not able to unmute yourself. I actually made the settings like that. So now you are able to unmute yourself, or you can put up your hand. So yeah, or put it in the chat. Are there any questions before we do the giveaways? Okay, doesn't seem like there are any questions. So I believe that everything was clear. So, did I hear someone now?
Yeah, I have a question, but I think
Go for it.
about the NFTs.
Jesse,
Yes, I say it's basically about the investment.
you are breaking away. Can you put your question in the chat, please?
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay, Jesse's gonna put this question in the chat, and then we will be able to hear what he's trying to say or trying to ask. Is there anyone who else who still have questions? Okay, I don't see Jesse's question. I'm just going to proceed. I'm just going to proceed. Okay, so let's do the giveaways. Guys, put a 6 in the comments if you are ready for the giveaways. Put a 6 in the comment if you are ready for the giveaways. 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. Okay, I was thinking that people are not here anymore. A lot of 6s are flowing in. Joshua, after buying your package, remember you are already getting tokens. It is already you basically already have tokens that there's a potential to do 10x. It is not compulsory for you to invest into other tokens or to trade. No, it's not a must. But should you wish to do that, yes, you can. But remember, when you buy your package, you already have your tokens. You also get that with. So yeah, it will put you in a position to obviously already be invested. And remember, we have the body warmer that we are still giving away. So I think we've still got a few that we are giving away. We said we're going to give away 100. So yeah, Okay, many six are flowing in. If you go from V1 to V2, which is the only pay difference, do you only pay the remainder balance since you already paid? Okay, Anastasia, so if you do that within 30 days of joining, then you can do that, yes. Then you'll get the, then you can just pay the remaining and you'll get the additional NMS tokens as well. Okay. I'm going to give away 1,000 NMS tokens, and I'm also going to give away an NMS t-shirt. So anyone can answer on this. Share with us share with us one of the two biggest launches that is actually coming up soon, that is going to launch. And I see that Anastasia was right there. As I was chatting, fantastic, congratulations. Everyone says karma and amino. Awesome stuff. So I said only one. So Anastasia, you just won yourself 1,000 NMS tokens. Please send your Flint wallet address to support so we can get that to you. And next we are going to give away an NMS t-shirt. Summer is coming up, so I'm always rocking my jacket. So yeah, but the t-shirt is going to come in very handy. So let me take a look at my slides. Oh, I was just talking to someone earlier about this. Okay. This is a t-shirt, eh? And yeah, at the end of the day, it is a bit of, yeah, it's a worthwhile gift because yeah, it's quality and all of that shenanigans. But guys, without, I moved today, so I couldn't get to my phone, but still, even days when I'm not working, I have a devoted team that is always there, ready to help. Yes, sometimes there's a bridge between languages, but at the end of the day, I have one of the best teams. So yeah, before I give away the t-shirt, Jesse wants to know when will I be doing the next iPad draw. So let me show you guys actually when we do the iPad draw so you guys can understand. So let me come back to Zoom, share screen, share. Okay, so NFT Millionaire Secret, anyone can go at any time to this website, nftmillionairesecret.com/iPad winners. Go to that website whenever you want to find out when is the next draw gonna happen. Click on course entries. So currently we see that there are 9 names on this list. So once this list gets to 15, then we do the draw. If 6 people buy V1 now, then we'll do the draw immediately now. So if it only gets to, let's say, 14, and then on our next timing like this, then we do the timing. Let me know, Jesse, or if that is clear, put a 7 in the comments, fam, please. If it's clear when we do the iPad draws. Jesse, is that clear? I will push this to make fantastic. No, we'll definitely do 15 this week, definitely. Especially with the big opportunities that we have currently going on. Guys, if you miss this next 2 years, if you miss this wave, you'll have to wait another 4 more years for a wave like this. There will definitely be millionaires made in the next 2 years. Yes, a few were made through NMS over the last 2 years, but way more is going to be made through this next 2 years. So people are ready for the next giveaway. So what I was explaining is the fact that I have one of the best teams, and without them, I could not have done this. Like I said, we were moving today. I couldn't get to my phone, but still people were seen to, people got the link for tonight's Zoom. Everything was looked after. So I do appreciate them, and I do, yeah, I do realize that, you know what, enemies would not have been enemies without them. Yes, our clients, we are ever grateful to them, but our team, they definitely, like I say, they are the best. So please, if you guys can put for me at least 3 people in our team, except myself, their names, if you know them, their names, put it in the chat, and then you win yourself a t-shirt. At least 3 of them. Please put it in one message, otherwise you will someone else will be ahead of you. I think Shibu, Shanik Len, Shanik Mahaman. Fantastic. I think we have a winner there. I see that Shibu actually put it first. So she said Shanik Len and Shanik Mahaman. So, and then obviously others after that came in as well. So guys, someone else said even Lusle as well. Yeah, fantastic. D is also one of our team members. So, but the first person was Shibu. So Shibu, congratulations. Shibu, it's not her first gift that she is actually going to get. She won herself an iPad as well. So congratulations, Shibu. And yeah, so guys, you guys were a sport. I enjoyed tonight's call. So congratulations. Are there any other questions before we hop off tonight's call? Any other questions? Okay, doesn't seem like there are any other questions, guys. You still have an opportunity to get into Amino and Karma. So get back to support, and then they will be able to help you to actually get your hands on it. Remember, they are actually closing off soon. So as a result, you'll have to take action and take action fast. And where can you get hold of support? You can either go to info@luciangodfrey.com or WhatsApp us on that number. Thank you so much. Have a fantastic rest of your evening.